Hello everyone, it's Shelby here. Welcome back to A Little Literary Love. I'm glad you're with me today because today I'm going to be talking about my March TBR, the books that I am hoping to get to in March to try to fulfill some of the reading challenges that I'm doing this year. So before we get into all of those books, I would like to put in my little blurb. If you're enjoying my content, if you're enjoying this video, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button. Also subscribe if you haven't already because I'm trying really hard to get to 1,000 subscribers this year, but I can only do that with the help of you all. So please, please, please subscribe if you like watching my content, you like watching my videos. I post videos every Thursday and Sunday. And I'm trying to get better about posting little shorts as well, like in between. We're working on it, but I'm glad y'all are here in this my fun little world of reading. So I have about 7 books that I put on my TBR. There's a lot of other ones that I want to get to, but I decided that I should try to go on the lower end of like planning things in case things don't work out. I can like swap some stuff around and it's fine. I ended up reading 15 books in February. So I felt like 7, like half. I'm hoping that I can read about 15 in March. We'll see how things go. So starting out, I wanted to put The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Lind on my list for this month. I'm hoping this will potentially work for one of the prompts for the Romanceopoly book challenge, which is the Mystic Pines, which is to read a book with magical realism. I was looking through the posts in Storygraph for this, and there was somebody had put this under magical realism. I don't know for sure if this book is magical realism. It might honestly be more just like plain fantasy. I'm not really sure. I'll see when I dive into it. If this doesn't work for that prompt, I do have another book that will potentially work for that. I also wanted to pick this one up because I'm wanting to try to read some books that were favorites from some of my friends. So this is one of Danielle from DNJ Reads. I will link her book channel down below. This is one of her favorite books from that she read last year. So I have it on my shelves. Oh, this also works because I'm trying to read a book from my shelves. I have not been doing very well with that goal of mine. So this is a book that I already own. So it'll just hopefully work for all of those things. But yes, was one of Danielle's favorite books from last year. So I really enjoy Danielle and I enjoy her content, so I thought I would try this out. This one is about a thief and she enters the Holly Library, which apparently by doing that breaks a truce between humans and monsters. I think this person's falling in love with the monster, I'm assuming, because it is a romance. And that's about all I know about it. I know that's really pretty book. So yeah, we'll see. I'm excited to try it out. And then I have Aurora's Angel by Emily Noon. This one I think works for a couple different challenges that I'm doing. First, it should work for the Romanceopoly bonus challenge, which is Heroines Rising, to read a book about with a strong female main character. And then this will also work for the Sapphic Reading challenge that I'm doing, which is to read a Sapphic fantasy. So this is a Sapphic book. This one is about a shapeshifter huntress. She finds an angel in a cage, and then they are journeying together to get this angel female back home safely. And of course, on their journey, they're very attracted to one another. It sounded really good, and I can't wait to try it out. Then I have Never Been Worse by Morgan Elizabeth, which this does not fit any of my reading challenges that I'm doing. However, I did get approved for an ARC of this. Cannot wait to get to it. Super excited. I think I'm going to love this because I pretty much just love every Morgan Elizabeth book that I pick out. This is the 3rd book of the Evergreen Park series. Our female main character of this story is a fashion designer, and her ex is trying to ruin her reputation. So she ends up, it's a marriage of convenience romance story. She ends up marrying a rock star who is kind of a friend of hers, to help her designs get more exposure. And then they fall in love. I don't know. I'm super duper excited for it because I love this. I love this author. Then I have Bourbon and Lies by Victoria Wilder. I put this on here because I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work for one of the prompts. For the Romanceopoly prompt, there is Frosty Bistro, which is to read a romantic thriller set in winter. I don't know if this book is actually set in winter. I think the second book of this series is set in winter, but I have not read any of the books, so I figure I need to start with this one. If this one isn't set in winter, then I will move on to book 2, which will then potentially work for this prompt. This author is also going to be at one of the book conventions that I'm going to later this year. I can't remember if it is Book Harvest or Villains and Vixens, but she's supposed to be at one of those. So this is a romantic thriller / romantic suspense story. A woman shows up in town with a mysterious past, and then gets a job at the distillery that the main character either works at or owns. Not sure which of that. And he is very suspicious of her, but is also, of course, very attracted and drawn to her. So I know this book and this series has kind of like blown up. It's very hyped right now. So I thought I would try it out and see what happens. Then I want to get to Scythe and Sparrow by Bryn Weaver. I have read the rest of the books of this series, and this one just came out as the last of the trilogy. So this one I'm picking up because I believe this should work for the Romanceopoly bonus challenge of Luck of the Irish, which is to read a story that either takes place in Ireland or has a character from Ireland. I think the main characters of the series are Irish. So, and now that it is out, I'm hoping I can actually pick this up. I honestly have not read any of these books, physical copies of them. I have listened to them on audiobook because they've been great audios. So I will definitely be listening to this one on audiobook as well. So this one is a friends with benefits story. Our family main character is a circus performer, and she is also a serial killer. And she has a kill that goes awry, and she needs help from the main character of the story. He is a doctor, so he's like patching her up, and while she is mending, she's forced to stay in this town that he's also at. So I think it probably also has a little bit of that forced proximity to it. I have heard from some people that this is the favorite of the series, so I'm really hoping I love this one. The second book of the series was honestly pretty disappointing for me. I did not like it as much as the first one, so I'm hoping this one ties it all in, that I love it again. I'm excited. And then the last 2 books that I have are more so to kind of maybe read for the Trans Rights Readathon that is taking place in March. So I have They Ain't Proper by M.B. Gill. This also works for the Diverse Baseline Challenge because I honestly did not pick any books for that this month so far in my TBR. But this one will work for Trans Rep. This one is it takes place in like the 1800s, 1880s, somewhere around there. There's a mail order wife is delivered to lose home when they just want to be left alone. The mail order bride has been on the run from a past. So I don't know if they get married or not. And this also, it does have trans rep in it. And then the last book that I have on my list is a nonfiction, because I'm trying to work through and reading some nonfiction. I didn't read any in February, actually DNF'd one. But I have Black on Both Sides by C. Riley Snorton. This is also a book that is in the Building Resistance in the New Trump Era reading challenge that I am doing. This one is like I said, it's nonfiction that discusses the history of Blackness and transness. That doesn't sound right, but I think that's right. So it just kind of explores kind of that history that being trans is not just a like white phenomenon, and explores like the interlapping of like trans and Black communities. So I'm really interested in reading that one. I think I have that one on audiobook already. So that is going to be my TBR for March. Like I said, there's a couple in here that I think if they don't work for some of my prompts, I might kind of switch them out for something else. But that's what I came up with so far. I probably will be adding more books that I'm reading because I want to read some more books for the Diverse Baseline Challenge. It's just for right now, I just couldn't decide on what specific books I wanted to try out. So I figured I'd just leave those for my mood readery-ness. But yes, so if you like this video, make sure you are hitting that thumbs up button, like I said, and then comment down below with some of the books that you are looking forward to reading in March. And you should be seeing some stuff pop up here to either click on a new video or subscribe. Please do so. I really enjoy you all being here, but otherwise that is going to be it for this video, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.